Hello everyone, I just thought I would add a little brief video of my time here in Manitowoc. I leave tomorrow and it's been quite a remarkable experience over the last 3 or 4 days. I'm sitting here on the edge of the river entrance that comes from Lake Michigan into Manitowoc itself. In fact, I might just, if I can manage this, maybe I was going to try to flip the phone around, but I'm not sure how I do that while I'm still recording. I might just turn my phone around, perhaps that's the simplest way to look across there, and hopefully if it's pointing at, you'll see the sort of dome tower, that's the Manitowoc courthouse, and the river here and the submarine. And over my shoulder, out the back, is the entrance out to Lake Michigan. So I just wanted to say a few things before I leave this place. Firstly, it was a remarkable experience to meet all the amazing supporters here who came, and those who couldn't come also, who gave their support in message and other ways. To meet the Avery family, many of them, to go out to the salvage yard were just very special moments, and to participate with other like-minded people in the rally itself was something that I'll remember for the rest of my life. The Avery family, the broader Avery family, which includes the Dassies and Barb as well, who's now a Tardik, and all their family, they're just wonderful people. They're just salt of the earth people who I at least immediately connected with, and just reinforced my passion to their cause. I also had, as did others, the opportunity to speak by phone with Stephen and Brendan, which was a very surreal experience for me, but just amazing, and I'm very lucky that that occurred. It's a really sunny, lovely day here in Manitowoc. I'm very hopeful, both in terms of the legal process and the passion, that we will see the boys home very soon, and deservedly so. I just wanted to touch on a couple of little small things. Yesterday I had a lovely day with Marilyn and Ellen, driving around a number of places in the area, places that are relevant to the case. We went out to Chilton, to the courthouse where Stephen's trial was held, and where he was held in the jail there whilst the trial was upcoming and on its way. We also drove out to other places in Appleton, in St. John, and saw some of the Hallbark homes, including the home where Teresa was and her parents, and the local church. We also went to see the matters on Cuss Road. You might recall the issue associated with the dead-end street, which is what I call it, a street that came to an end just across the quarry from the Avery property. And again, we went around the other side and had a look at the home of the gentleman who saw the 2 cars go into the Avery property that night, which I'll come back to in a moment and talk about that. Just as one final point, we went to see the Fox Hill Resort, where Brendan and his brother and mother were taken for interviews in February, I think it was late February 2006. And we also went to the Zipperers residence, all outside, just to have a sense of that. We all went over to the beach, tracing back to the Penny Bernstein case, just to have a sense of that. Now, those journeys were taken almost as a process of an understanding of the physical environment in which all these events occurred, and so to do that was extremely worthwhile and extremely interesting for us, and helped reinforce our better understanding of the cases and what the people associated with it had to deal with during that time. There are many impressions about the case that have been left with me, and some of those are simply related to the people and their pursuit of the truth. One of the factual things that really hit home to me was when we were on Jumbo Creek Road, which is a road that runs just near the Avery property, and where a gentleman whose name is Mr. Siebert, I think from memory, independently stated that he saw a white Jeep and a RAV4 drive into the property along a dirt road next to his home, and only the white Jeep come out, and that was on the Friday evening, the 4th of November. So we went there, we went, saw his home, we went along the road, which is just really close, the road from his house is barely 10 or 20 yards away. There'd be no mistake, and if you saw something, there'd be no doubt of what you saw. And went around the back, followed that road around in the quarry and around the back, and you suddenly see the very back of the Avery property, and pretty much exactly where the car was found. It left me with no doubt that that's how the car got there, through that entrance, and that part of the story has, as I say, has no doubt in my mind about what happened. But I didn't want to dwell on detail, but I thought I'd just mention that little fact to illustrate how helpful it was to physically come here and see the environment itself. It just made everything piece together in a lot more logical way than might have otherwise been. Once again, thank you to all the great supporters who encouraged us here, who supported us here, to the organising people who were just fabulous. They did an amazing job. I'm not going to name you because I'll miss someone out, and I don't want to do that, but you know who you are, and I'm very grateful for what you've done. And to the Avery family as a whole and all its tentacles, thank you so much for your hospitality and for your generous nature in allowing us to be here, and certainly in the contact with Stephen and Brendan. It was a very special time. Okay, I'll leave it there. I'm heading back to Australia tomorrow, and hopefully by the end of this week, or perhaps next Monday, we'll hear a lot more about Brendan's current matter before the Supreme Court, and hopefully we'll hear that the Supreme Court has decided to take on the case and formally hear it, and that'll be a great piece of news. Alright, that's it from me, and I wish you all the best. Bye for now.